All right, today we are going to do something just a little bit different. Uh, it's kind of nice out today. I figured I'd take a little hike, show you guys an old 1950s uranium mine. It's a pretty cool area. I'm not going to say where we are. I don't want anybody going in here. It's just not really very wise. Give you an idea of the geology of the area. I made a few notes here. It's pyroclastic and volcanic mudflow deposits dating back to the Neogene era. There's major formations of rhyolite with minor dacite and incidental andesite and basalt. Now this particular hill right here is the uranium mine. They were getting gold and silver also, but primarily they were mining out uranium minerals. Those minerals were autunite, meta-autunite, uranophane, and gumite. Now I'll show you what the gumite and the autunite look like here in a few minutes. I don't know what the other guys look like, so unfortunately I can't point those out to you, but the first two should be pretty easy. I've got my counter up there. I don't know if you can see that red staining, but I think that's primarily gumite. It's a very thin layer on the outside of the seams, and I've got my Geiger counter sitting over there right now screaming at me, so I'm gonna go up here and show you guys what that looks like. Okay, so sorry about the shaky camera. I didn't bring my tripod up here with me. I'll have to go get that before I go inside of the mine. This is that seam I was talking about. I don't know if you can see all the red staining here. This, if it shows up, I believe is gumite. It has a waxy texture to it. It's reading pretty stinking hot on the counter, as you can see. Sorry, I'm laying down on radioactive rocks right now. Okay, now there are three entrances to this mine. This is one that's coming in on the side. There's another one around the back side, and then there's the one that we're gonna go in, which is over here on this end. There's also two small adits over here. I'll probably show you guys those. They don't go back very far. This isn't a very large mine in general, but it's kind of nice that there's three openings here, so there's plenty of airflow. You don't want to be breathing in the radon gas that builds up in here, and you especially don't want to be breathing in the particulates that get stirred up when you're walking around. If I remember correctly, the average background radiation levels are about 10 times normal in here just walking around, not even being next to the ore. So here we are. Let's go ahead and take a peek. I had to turn off the volume on the counter. It was just driving me nuts. I'm amazed at how much graffiti is in here, and unfortunately I found out that there was some homeless guys sleeping in here at one point in time, which is kind of scary. Maybe I should have gone the other way. I did bring a black light. I want to show you guys what the autunite looks like in here. I don't know, it's not going to be very visible here. We'll get a little bit deeper in, but it's really pretty. There we go. And there's the back entrance to the mine there. Oh, here. I just found some autunite. I'll show you what it looks like. There you go. Just beautiful green. All right. Oh, there's a couch in here. Hopefully nobody's in here today. This is the other entrance where I was just standing a moment ago. Not really much to see. I've actually not found too much on that side. Before, I'll wait till I get up in here. There's a real nice vein up in the ceiling, right up in here somewhere. Sorry, I did not bring my flashlight. I only have a headlamp today, so it's just gonna have to do. There's a little offshoot there, but it doesn't really go anywhere. Last time I was in here, there was a futon, which I believe the homeless guys were sleeping on. Oh wow, somebody was shooting off fireworks in here. That's smart. Oh, and the rats have taken care of that futon pretty good. A couple more offshoots. And that's pretty much it. Not a very big mine. That's the end of it. Okay, it's gonna be kind of dark in here. Don't mind the blue, that's just garbage. Everything you see on the ground here that is green is Adenite, best I can tell. This is all stuff that fell down from the ceiling. Good way to collect ore samples though. And aside from this, which is graffiti, this is all uranium ore. Look at that. That's just beautiful. Look at this. See if I can get a close up here. Yeah, pretty. All right, give me a second. Let me turn my headlamp back on. Okay, so this is the area I was just looking at that was lighting up nice and green. Doesn't really look like much without the black light, does it? Now, here's a really good example of what the Adenite looks like. You see that? Sorry, my headlamp's not working. Get rid of that. You see that green stuff right there? That would be Adenite crystals. A little bit right there. And again, if I'm not mistaken, I believe this here is gumite. Stuff tends to come in black, brown, green, yellow. Most of what I've seen here is got a brownish hue to it. Okay, I'm gonna start making my way out of here. Some of the surrounding area that I'm gonna check out is mineralized with some other good stuff like, let's see, there's all kinds of agate, jasper, green opal, things like that. So I'm probably gonna do a little bit of hiking here in a little bit and check some of that out, see what I can find. Let's see, I think I'll turn my light down the best I can and so I don't trip on anything. See what I can do as far as finding some more of that on the way out. Just kind of curious. Oh yeah, sorry. There's plenty of it in here. Graffiti. Yeah, you can see there's a vein of it that's running across right here. Sorry, I know the headlamp's probably washing some of this out. Oh, that's a pretty good one right there. Oh. So anyway, I felt to show you guys The background reading right here is about 300. I would pull the counter out, but it's kind of small over here. Having to crouch down real good. All right, I'll take the other exit. All right, well, I'll see you guys on the outside. It's getting a little tight for me. Okay, so I've been up here quite a few times, and it looks like there's some construction going on. I see some signs up ahead, so I may not be able to travel any further up here. Go take a peek and see what they say. So, very interesting. Oh, I can see already it says no trespassing. Yeah, interesting. Oh, private land now. Look at this. Well, that's no good. I'll see if I can find another way around. Before I get out of here, I just wanted to note this. It looks like they're taking ore samples. They're also doing a great job of littering. I wonder if I can find out exactly what it is they're looking for here. Well, this is interesting. Before anybody asks, no, I have not crossed any no trespassing signs yet. But yeah, there's several areas right here where they've dug areas out and bagged up a whole bunch of it, which is it's a little bit odd. I'll give you a view of the area while I'm here anyway. Well, I'm going to try to work my way around a different road because it appears as if they have the road blocked off coming from up here and coming from over here. So it's probably only this area where I just happen to be standing right now that is off limits. So I'm gonna back my way out of here and find another way up. Okay, so there is the uranium mine that I was at a little bit ago, and as you can see, they've flattened out a few areas here for work. I'm not really sure what they're doing, but they're obviously sampling the area. They've got a nice road going up. I had to come in from the backside. Looks like they're picking away at the top of this hill here, and you can see there's a whole bunch of sample bags there. I'll try and get an image of the sample bags here in a minute. In the meantime, I'm just walking around. This is a well-known place for a lot of the geology clubs to come, primarily this hill here. I've actually never been on the top of this one, but if I'm not mistaken, this is basalt, and I've actually been walking around collecting a few samples just to show you guys. Gotta figure out where I put them. But I believe this is where they're getting the opal. There's been a lot of work done over here, and this is these samples here are pretty poor quality, but it'll give you a good idea. So if you look at this stuff, there you go. You can see all these holes here. This one actually has some green in it. I think it's jasper or jasper agate. Here's some more. Very poor quality. Found a tiny bit of agate. Got these guys. They're kind of pretty. And then this, I cannot remember the name of it, but this is one of the minerals that were on my list. And it's rather interesting. I might actually take that one with me. I'm gonna go ahead and walk around a little bit more and see if I can find anything awesome. Here's the view. This is a rather large gold mine. They're in the process of digging that whole mountain out. My understanding is their permit's going to allow them to level it. This over here bit. Sorry about the shaky camera. That is also a gold and silver mine, and uranium as well. So there's a lot of minerals in the area. I mean, as far as the desert goes, it's kind of pretty out here. All right, I am on my way out. Getting a bit tired. Just wanted to show this real quick. I've been poking around a little bit, and I stopped to make a phone call, and I noticed this pile here that somebody had been digging, or this hole here. And it's not too hard to figure out what they're looking for, because when you start digging through it, there's little bits of just really pretty agate just running all through it. Oh, come on, focus, camera. This camera does not like me today. So I'm guessing that they're digging for agate over here. I really would love to know what this green stuff is here that they're bagging up over there to sample. No clue whatsoever. But anyway, here's some of the junk that I found while I was hiking around. There's a lot of rocks with little green and white opal in it. This would be one of them. It's all busted up, obviously. This one is not broken. Get away from me, fly. I am kind of curious to see if it ends up being pretty or not. I'm probably going to take it with me. And I got one here that's a clear and white. It doesn't appear to be fractured. This one obviously has some green in it, and it's not fractured either. So if I can manage to get it out of there without breaking it, that would be kind of nice. Found a nice piece of calcite. I'm curious to see if this fluoresces under the UV. Here's a nice little green opal that hasn't fractured in the rock here. There are a lot of large rocks with these in them. Most of them are fractured, but most of the ones that aren't fractured, the rocks are just way too big to carry. And here's a piece of white one that's fractured, or clear, transparent. Some agate. And this agate's kind of cool because it has a little green in it along with the reds and whites. Some more agate. I know this is probably boring for most people. Here's another piece of opal that I found. I'm really curious to see how this cleans up. Looks like it has little bits of green in it. And got some more agate. And while I'm sitting here, I noticed these two rocks right here have some green opal sticking out of the sides. There's some here. There's a little bit right there. All right, so I decided to check out a few other areas where there were audenite listed. That is where the uranium mine is. And I noticed they have this nice trench dug here with the tailings pile. So I don't expect this to go back very far, but there is an adit here. It's definitely worth checking out. It's a lot of granite, so I suspect they were probably looking for gold over here. Lots of trash. Well, it goes back a lot further than I thought it would. And the ceiling is all burned. This has got to be fairly old. All right, there's a turnout over here. Doesn't look like it goes back too terribly far. Yeah, sorry about the headlamp. I know it's not best for this video here. Little side cut. Another one this direction. And then we got the end here. I can see a nice little friend down there staring at me. Right there. He's big. I'm not over here to bother you, little guy. There's a drill hole in the back. Actually, there's a few of them. Looks like they were sampling. Let's see what the other side looks like. Did not know that there was a mine over here. Getting kind of short. I'll have that duck down. See a lot of mica. Looks like it actually could be quartz monzonite. Alright, it goes left and right. Which way do we go? Well, left is a dead end. And right is a dead end, but it goes a little ways. Well, that's it. I'll break out the black light and see what it looks like. I haven't even moved from where I was standing when I turned the camera off. And I already found some adenite. Let me turn my headlamp off here. That's pretty. Not quite as nice as the other mine, but there's definitely some here. And all the blue, or white, it looks a little bluish on the camera, I believe is calcium. This is calcium buildup. But definitely some adenite. That's cool. Oh yeah, if you're wondering, this green right here that the camera doesn't want to focus on, that's rad pea. Yeah, there's a lot of that. All right. Okay, I don't know how this is going to show up. I got my headlamp on kind of low so I don't trip on anything, but I'm going to try and show the camera focuses the veins of adenite as I go through here. There's some more down here. I'm not seeing a whole lot. I got nothing that way. Well, yeah, nothing. Not a whole lot. There's a little bit. Not really worth sampling though. This trail of rat pea. Well, that appears to be the bulk of it. There's just little bits here and there. Nothing spectacular. So I'm gonna go hit the road and see if I can't find something else before it gets dark. All right, well, it's time to call it a day. I don't know how visible that's gonna be, but it is. It's getting a wee bit dark out here. Just wanted to show you guys real quick. Earlier I was saying that you could find plenty of samples outside on the ground. So I just wanted to show you what I was talking about. But before I do that, this is the area that I was using the counter on earlier. And you can see it's lighting up pretty good. There's actually a vein that runs all the way up the side of the hill. If you come out here at night with a good light, a good UV light, whole side of the hill lights up. It's really pretty. But you can see all this beautiful green. And this is just sitting outside of the mine. Look at this. There's also some samples on the ground here. That's some interesting orange. I have no idea what that is. I found a nice sample I intend to take with me. Very small. But look at how that thing lights up. Isn't that just nuts? There's another one here. And I've noticed that once you get down the hill a little bit, you start seeing bits of green here and there on the rocks. Look at that. Really good samples. So there you have it. Old uranium mine. The stuff sure is pretty. Well, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. It was an interesting day for me, that's for sure. I am guessing this probably isn't a good thing.